Hello everyone, and welcome back. So this time we're going to learn about something called dictionaries. Because remembering where stuff is can be really hard. Now, previously we had a list, and it could hold a big long thing of numbers, or strings, or a combination of the two. My question for you is, let's say that those are all your final grades. And let's say I had, 100 students at engineering, like I do during the fall. Okay. There's 100 numbers or 100 letters in that list. Which one is yours? I have to remember that. Maybe I have another list that has all the names, but I have to go like, okay, Al is the 6th person. The 6th grade is an A. Okay, good for him. Al gets an A. I could do that, but I don't want to do that. So, is there any other way? Could I somehow connect a text name to all the numbers, to your grade, to your grade book? Wouldn't it be great if that existed? Cool thing it does. It's called a dictionary. We create dictionaries with the curly brackets. That is shift square brackets. A square bracket, no shift, hit shift, and the square bracket, that's the curly bracket. The way a dictionary works is it has some sort of key. That can be a number, it can be a text string, and that is to the left of the colon. Whatever's to the right of the colon is connected to that. That's the value. This is the key. So right here, my key is Al, Stephen, Maria, and they have grades attached to them. They don't have to have the same things. This could be a function. This could be 10 numbers. This could be 2 numbers. It could be a string. They don't have to have the same kind of stuff. In this case, I'm doing it because it's a grade book. And so now that I've created it, I can go ahead and access it. The way you access it is you call it, and instead of putting a number in like we did for a list or a string, we give that key, whatever it is. It could be text, it can be a string, it can be a number. So in this one, grade book Al, and it prints out 100, 45, 89, 100, which is correct. So this is very helpful when you're trying to remember a bunch of things that are easier to access by a name or by some string of text rather than just a random number. Number 4,865. Which one is that? What's that connected to? Oh, that's the wrench. Okay, why don't we just call it wrench? You can do that with dictionaries. Okay, how do you create a dictionary? Well, the first way is you use the curly brackets and you put the items inside of it. So first the key, then whatever the value is that you're connecting to it. Separated by a colon, and then a comma separates each item in your dictionary. The second way, which I honestly find to be easiest most times, at least to read, not always, it takes more lines of code, is to create a blank dictionary just by putting 2 curly brackets next to each other and setting it equal to some variable. And then I kind of do like what I'm calling it. I put the key in that I want to call, and I say what that key is now equal to. So this dictionary now holds a key 1 that's equal to 1. I do it again. Dictionary has a key 2 that holds the number 2. This key helps me find whatever's on the right side of the equal sign. And I can also change the values by doing this. So I print this, I get the same exact way, dictionary. Now, why might this be helpful? There's a whole lot of things that it'd be helpful for. I use this a lot when I'm making games. Yes, I make games in Python. It's not very good games, but they're fun. And I hold all of the sprites using a dictionary, so I can call them and delete them. It's one thing it's very good for. Okay, so example 1, more bang for your book. Okay, I really enjoy these puns. Let's do it. So, in a fortunate turn of events, working with dictionaries is somewhat similar to working with lists. So what we're going to do is we're going to, we're going to add together the expenses of Jane, Leslie, and Phil into a variable called total expenses. And we want to round to 2 decimal places when we print. Okay. I could do this in one line. Let's break it up into multiple lines so we don't mess things up. So total expenses is equal to expenses, and I just call those people. So it's Jane, make sure you capitalize properly, plus Leslie, and then finally plus Phil. Okay. So that should have their total expenses, and each of those will just call a number and add them all together. And I want to round total expenses. So total expenses is equal to round total expenses, comma 2. So I want 2 decimal places because it's like money. And then I want to print it out. So print total expenses, and hopefully I didn't make any mistakes, which very rarely happens, but sometimes it does. I did it! Woo! Okay, so $166.72 is the total of all their expenses. So you can see that I can call these things and use the values that are inside there if I want to. Okay, next I'm going to learn how to combine dictionaries using a function called the update function. But we'll do that next time. So I hope this helped you, and I'll see all of you next time. Bye-bye.